Hey, my next vacation spot for handwriting. This is the place that's going to show you the sound and the letters that CH make together. CH is something called a digraph, and a digraph is a combination of letters that makes a new sound. So C, we learned, said like cat, H said like hat, but when C and H go together, they say ch. Now, I know you've heard the word chapel because you've watched chapels with your teachers, and anyone that was at school before this year knows that we used to go to chapel. That was one of my favorite parts as a kindergarten teacher. But a building can be a chapel. This is the chapel in Seaside, Florida. Some of you might be making a connection. Maybe you've been here and seen it. So chapel, whether it's the building or the thing that you watch as a video where you learn kind of a life lesson, chapel starts with CH. This kind of chapel is like a church. Guess what church does? It starts with ch and it ends with ch. So there's two CHs. So it was perfect. I had to do a handwriting lesson while I was here. Well, hello from the beach again. This is a little bit different picture. This is the view out the window this week. We hadn't been anywhere since last January, I think. So this was especially fun. And I know when we go home, it's going to be probably cold back in Indiana. So I hope this beautiful view of the ocean and the sky helps you warm up a little bit. So we talked about CH. This is the paper, the CH paper for this week. The only thing I don't really like much is see how they just did CH, 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 CH with no spaces. I think your teachers might ask you to leave a little space and then do a CH and then leave a little space. Otherwise, I think it's hard to know that that's a chunk. That CH is a chunk that together C and H says ch, ch, like in church or chapel. So the sign that I would like to use for CH is actually the sign for church. So what you do is you make a C with one of your hands. I looked it up online and it said your dominant hand. That means if you're right-handed, you would make the C with your right hand. If you're left-handed, you would make it with your left hand. But I've read other places that when you do sign language, you normally do it right-handed. So I'm not sure about all this, what hand to use. So I'm just going to do the C like this today. So you make the C, and then your other hand is like this, and you just go, and that's the sign for church. So what I think we should do is say C, H. Remember, this was H. So C, H says ch, ch, church. Ch, ch, church. Now, one of the times you might use this is, let's say you're writing something and you're trying to sound out words. And maybe you want to say that, I'm trying to think of a word that starts with CH. Maybe you want to write a story about falling down and hitting your chin, and maybe you needed stitches. So you're trying to write the word chin, and you might say to your teacher, what does chin start with? And your teacher might say, I hear, and then you can say ch, 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 chin, ch, ch, church. It starts with a CH. So that's why we're learning all these sounds, not just to learn how to read, but also so that you learn how to write. So there you go. CH says ch, ch, church. So here's an app I have that lets you pretend like you're drawing in the sand. And I wanted to show you just a little bit about how to print CH. So I'm drawing the house with the upstairs and the first floor. And remember, Magic C stays downstairs on the first floor, Remember, H was a high diving letter, so see how they fit in the box? And if I take them outside of the box, there's the C on the first floor. The H starts up tall, dive down, swim up over, and bump. So now I'm going to draw it below. I'm going to print it with no lines, and see how the H is just much taller. So I love this part. So one more time, I'm going to do the C and the H without lines. So C is small, H is tall. And then I thought I would draw the house so you can see that H is upstairs, up where the roof is, and C stays downstairs.